Okay, so you left your books at home, yeah, but you do have your Chromebook. You won't need your Chromebook right now. You'll need like paper and something to take notes with. You guys can take notes in ink. That's fine, okay? But anything that you turn in should be in pencil, all right? If anybody's having problems with their Chromebooks, you should let me know. So, all the students are supposed to let their first hour teacher know if you're having any issues, like is stuff charging or anything like that, okay? No problems yet? Good. That's because I picked out the best Chromebooks ever just for you. I didn't. They were handed to me. Here, take this. Everybody's got lunch figured out? Yeah. And PE was weird. You walked in and there were tables in the gym. Oh, well, that was something different. Get used to it. And everybody got through the temperature screening. I heard that the temperature screening at the junior high was a train wreck. That's where my wife works. She's at the junior high. Did anybody go by the junior high this morning? And like there was a huge traffic jam there. Yeah, I heard it was because they're not letting the kids out of their cars until they have their temperature checked. So if their temperature is too high, they stay in the car and the parent has to take them home. I thought that was funny. You don't think that's funny? Haha. Okay, so we're missing some people. Hold please. This row, 100%. Way to go. This row, actually, 100%. Way to go. Online learner. Okay, does anybody know Ender? Ender Reese. Nobody knows him? Like, have you seen him at all? Okay. And then online. And Sabrina. Was she here this morning? Let's see. Oh, never mind. She's the one that had her schedule changed. So I have to mark her off of mine. Schedule change. Okay, cool. So we are jumping right into it. So it's been, what, 5 months? Seriously, since we've had like real class, it's been like 5 months. So I promise we'll go slow. We're just going to look at basic pattern stuff today. We're not going to do any crazy geometry stuff. Okay, so maybe just a little math and some patterns today. And then tomorrow we'll actually get into, it's going to look like tomorrow's going to look more like an English class because we're going to have definitions and stuff. All right. It's different. It's got to be different. You've had algebra since like 6th grade. Same. So now geometry, a little different, but algebra is still always going to be tagging along with us. So we're going to be learning new stuff, but algebra is going to be like, hey, wait up. Hey, can I come with you? Well, yeah, algebra is always invited with us. Come on. Okay, so let's talk about patterns and let's see if you guys get these. You ready? I hope this works. Thank goodness. If you saw a pattern like this, don't write this one down, okay? But in your notes, just write 1.1. But obviously, this one's way too easy. 2, 4, 6. If I said, hey, what are the next, I don't know. I think the book's going to say, what are the next 3 terms? You would just say, well, that's easy because they're just going up by even numbers. 8, 10, and 12, like that, okay? And so that's why I said, no need to write that one down. But if I gave you a pattern like that, go ahead and write that one down. Okay, so 1 and 4 and 16 and 64. Okay, those numbers are getting big fast, right? So you're like, I don't think it's a pattern at all because the one above it was Easy. Add 2, add 2, add 2. But the one now that we're looking at, you're like, oh, let's try this one. Oh, yeah, I'm adding 3, I'm adding 12, I'm adding, I don't know, what is that, 48? 48, no pattern. Wait, hang on, no, you did. Wait. There's a couple ways that numbers get big fast. Adding isn't one of them. Multiplying is, wait, Alana, was I close? I said it right. Okay, multiplying, so I heard her say multiply, but then I went, hey. Multiplying is another way that numbers get big fast. There's one more way that numbers get big fast, and it's squaring numbers. So like if I said, hey, what's 8 squared? You say, oh, it's 64. Okay? Go ahead now. You're thinking you're multiplying by 4. Okay, so I have no idea. Well, I do, but I, meaning us, have no idea what 16 times 4 is, okay? But I do know that 1 times 4 is 4, and 4 times 4 is 16, yeah. And then if I got out my new best friend, my calculator, and I said, hey, what's 16 times 4? Anybody want to guess? Take a guess, 16 times 4. 16 times 4. Ding, 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 ding. 64. Okay, but now you're like, dang, do I have to find the next 3 answers? No, let's just do the next one. So I walk over here. This is Tex. This is mine. And sometimes you guys might be able to borrow it, but it's just, you know. But you guys have a, on your Chromebook, surely you have a calculator extension, right? Okay, good. So then you may not even need Texas Instrument. So if I look at this one, I'm going to go like this. Multiply by 4, multiply by 4, multiply by 4, multiply by 4. So in my calculator, 64 times 4 is 256. And then could we figure out the other ones with a calculator? Heck yeah. Am I going to write them down right now? Okay, so that's a pattern. Got it? Let's look at another one. This is just waking up your brain, because for 5 months now you've been like, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to eat, I'm going to watch a little TV, I'm going to sleep. For 5 months. And then your sleep pattern turned into, I'm not going to go to sleep until 4 a.m. I'm going to wake up at 2 p.m. My daughter's still a teenager also, so I know these things. For sure. It's just that she's in college now. Would you say that these numbers are getting bigger or smaller? Bigger. All right, so they're getting bigger, because a negative number, you know, is kind of small, and 13 is kind of big. So I'm going to guess that when you guys were learning your times tables, you never learned 4 times something is 13. Nope, never learned that. So it's not going to be multiplying this time. So let's look at adding again. Okay. Oh, hello. So how many jumps on a number line is it from -5 to -2? How many jumps is that? Think about it. It's 3, right? Okay. How many jumps is it from -2 to 4? Think about that on a number line, because now you got to go to 0, and then you got to go from 0 to 4. So that would be 6. And then how many jumps is it from 4 to 13? That's 9. Okay, and so now you're like, well, Blanchard, this one's not a pattern, because the first one was add 2, add 2, add 2. I'm not sneezing. Get that? Add 2. But this one still is a pattern. It's just that I'm not adding the same number each time. I added 3, I added 6, I added 9. Anybody want to guess what the next number that I'm going to add is? 12. Okay, so now I'm going to add 12. And so if I add 12, the answer would be 25. How do you say that? Cinco de, how do you say it in Spanish? 25. 25. Like once, isn't that 11? Doce is 12. 25. 25 is doce cinco. No, no, it's uno, dos. It's dos cinco. Dos cincos. No? Okay. I'll wait. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. Google Translate will tell me. Last one. Oh, yeah, last one. Write this one down. This one's a little cray-cray. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Those are letters. And this is math class. Well, little did you know that we're going to be doing some weird stuff this year. Don't worry. We'll get it through it together. It's going to be weird, but we'll get through it. Okay. Has anybody ever seen this one before? Like they would be like, oh, I know the one. I know what it is. How about this? I'll tell you the next two terms, the answers, and then maybe you can figure out the pattern. You ready? The next two letters are S and S. Hang on. I'll tell you. The next two letters are S, that's an S, and S. Remember, I told you guys yesterday, my 5s look awesome, my S's look terrible. My 5s look great, my S's look bad. So, I'll even give you the next letter. I'll even give you the next one. I'll even give you the next one. And you're like, dang, I think you're really just making up something there because you just wrote a word, sent. It's not, nobody sees the pattern. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the first letter of each one of the words. Bum. Now, I know I wasn't expecting you guys to be able to figure that one out, but if I gave you like this on a quiz, if I gave you this on a quiz like this, you'd be able to tell me the next letters, right? Because you would say, oh, that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Okay. Or if I started with like the months, January, February, like J, F, okay? So maybe on a quiz, I might give you something weird like this one, but just think of basic things that you already know. Okay, cool. Last one, I think, let's find out. Click, yes. Okay. I don't know if you need to draw this. Would everybody agree if I wanted the next term that it would be a square beyond compare? Okay, so would you agree that this, oh, I thought I turned that down. Okay, whoa. So it would be like this. Okay, it's an awesome square. Okay, so it's going to have a tick mark. That's called a tick mark. So left, top, right. Where am I going next? Bottom. And then it was upper left, upper right, lower right. Then where am I going? Lower left. By the way, you're going to discover that I am quite the artist this year. As you can see, clearly see. from that. I have the gift of art. Let's see, I might be able to show off my skills. Watch this square that I can draw. You ready? Wait, I think I can draw a perfect circle. Skills. How about a nice triangle? Dang it. TP. There we go. Okay, cool. Next slide. Okay, please write down all of these steps. We just learned inductive reasoning. Write down those steps. So on a quiz, I'll tell you what to study before you take the quiz. And so, like before our first quiz, I'm probably going to say something like, hey, you need to know the steps for inductive reasoning. Okay, and then it's going to seem totally different than an algebra class because you're going to be like, what? I got to do words? Time flies when you're having fun. It's already 9:20. Trinity and Lacey, is it going to bother you if I hang out here a lot of the time? Okay. I might. Don't worry, Christian. Don't worry, Jonathan. I may come and hang out back there with this also. Don't feel left out. By the way, Larkin, Lucas was not tardy yesterday. He got a free pass, and you were not tardy today. But Lucas really was tardy, but for some reason you didn't get marked a tardy. Even though I happily pushed the tardy button for you, they took it off. Shaking my head. SMH. RME. Rolling my eyes. Everybody start texting that, okay? RME. Even if there's an emoji for it, just no. Don't pick the rolling your eyes emoji. Use RME. We're starting a new trend right now. Do it. Okay, we did inductive reasoning. We did inductive reasoning. Here, I'm going to show you on the first problem. That was the first problem, 2, 4, 6. And so you were doing inductive reasoning, you just didn't know it. Okay, so inductive reasoning, you looked at 2, 4, 6 and said, oh, I see the pattern. And then you made a conjecture. Your unproven statement based on observations. You said, those numbers are going up by 2. And then you verified the conjecture by just keeping the pattern going. So you said 8 and 10 and 12. Okay? So we did inductive reasoning on the previous slide. Don't worry, my handwriting's still here. Look, there it is. Oh, sweet. Okay, but we did inductive reasoning. Got it? Okay, good. So I think on the first quiz, but I'll give you at least a 2 days heads up if that's on the quiz. Okay? I might have like fill in the blanks. Look for a blank. Make a blank. Verify the blank. Okay, please, oh, dang it. Wait, yes. There we go. Okay, true or false? True or false? And you know how you're used to writing down everything? You don't have to write down everything unless I like totally say this is super important, like the last slide. Okay. All even numbers are evenly divisible by 3. True or false? True or false? False. Really? Prove it. What if I said, oh yeah, what about 6? 6 is evenly divisible by 3. So I just proved you wrong because you said false. I said, oh, what about 12? And you were like, I said 12's evenly divisible by 3. So you're wrong. And you would say, no, no, no. Continue. No, 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 Mr. Blanchard. What about what? 4. It's like golf. 4. Is 4 evenly divisible by 3? No. And then somebody else would say, no, 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 Mr. Blanchard. What about 2? That doesn't work. And then someone else would say, no, 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 Mr. Blanchard. What about 1's not even. 8. Okay, it could go on and on and on. And I could keep on arguing, but then you could always prove me wrong because you would say, no, 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 that is definitely false because of, 4 or 8. Okay, and so that even has a word, a definition, and it's called a counterexample. So please write this down. A counterexample is an example that shows that a conjecture is false. No, no, no. What about 100? What about 80? Okay, so that's another definition. A counterexample is an example that shows that a conjecture is false. And you're like, what the heck is a conjecture? This is a conjecture. All even numbers are evenly divisible by 3. That's a conjecture. Somebody's saying something and they're like declaring it's true, okay? Without question. I declare that all even numbers are evenly divisible by 3. And then you look at me and you say, and you give me a counterexample. So you giving me a counterexample of like 4 or 8. Those are not evenly divisible by 3. And that's a counterexample. Understand? Okay, so we did 2 big fancy things, right? We did inductive reasoning, and you're like, that looks really, really fancy right there, but really all it is looking for a pattern, okay? And then we did counterexample, and a counterexample is just proving that somebody messed up. And you can you can prove to them that they messed up. Okay. Is that enough time for that? Anybody need more time for that sentence? Okay, so now the guided practice, and this is the part I want to show you on page 6, and you're like, we don't have it. This is the homework. Okay, so write this down first, and then I'm going to go on the computer to Google Classroom because I'm tech savvy. Because I have the technology skills. You told us to leave our book at home, and now you're saying to go to page 6. Oh, patience. Patience indeed. All right, so one of the big things that some people got in the habit of doing was doing their homework on the same piece of paper as their notes. And that's a no-no, okay? I always want your homework on a separate piece of paper. Got it? And if you ever need paper, I'll at least have computer paper over here. It's not lined. And sometimes, well, what's going to happen, at least early on in the school year, somebody's going to leave a notebook and they're not going to reclaim it. And then I'm going to keep it. And then I'll have paper also. It happens every year. Okay, so now let me show you Google Classroom. Again, you do not need to go to your Chromebook yet. Just hang on. Minimize. Maximize. Hello, G Classroom. There I am. Here we are. And at some point I posted some classwork, maybe. Heck yeah, I did. Under classwork, I posted our book. And under our book, I posted a PDF. And if I click on the PDF, hey, look, there's airplanes. Hey, look, those are words like that we learned today. Inductive reasoning, conjecture, counterexample. How about that? We followed the book. Shocking. So if you really want to go back through and look at all that stuff. Okay, so here's the guided practice. No need to look on your little computer thing. But if I was looking at question 1, explain what a conjecture is. A conjecture is just a statement, okay? Any type of statement. How can you prove that a conjecture is false? That's called a counterexample, okay? So a conjecture is just a statement. And then a counterexample proves that it's false, okay? If I looked at number 3 and I said, sketch the next figure, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, ooh, triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, what would the next shape be? Hexagon. You're not supposed to know that yet. So it would be a 6-sided shape. That would be fun to draw, but we're not going to. Okay, this one's a star, shaded, shaded, shaded. No kidding. I think I know where I would shade the next one, okay? And then these are like the patterns that we did. Remember, if numbers, so on 5 through 10, if numbers get bigger, you're either adding or multiplying for the most part. And if numbers are getting smaller, you're either dividing or subtracting. Clear? Sure. Okay, don't worry about number 11. What else do we have? What else do we have? Okay, and then is that where your homework started? 16? Okay, so your homework is going to start here. Okay, so describe the pattern, predict the next number. Oh, thank goodness. It doesn't say find the next 3 numbers. It just says find one number, the next number, okay? So this is where you guys are going to start your homework. And then now you can see the book that I picked, because your textbooks are like 20 years old, I tried to pick the book that had the least amount of handwriting in it from students. But you can see here on 24 and 25, those problems there, like there's still some handwriting in there. I couldn't do anything about it. Okay, so you have your first assignment, yeah. Did everybody write it down? Because it's right there. 16 through 23. Oh, you didn't even have to do these 2. Lucky you. 16 through 23. So you're going to do those, guys. Look for the pattern. And some of them are hard. Some of them are easy. Okay. And then we'll, at the beginning of class tomorrow, I'll see if you guys got any big time questions about it. I'll answer those. And then we'll push forward. Okie dokie. That's a lot of talking, even for me. All right, cool. So now I'm going to go down here. You online listeners, I'm going to say to you in 3, 2, 1, good day.